No worries, Cypher. I'm looking forward to doing one by myself, to be honest. Hope you guys are too. Oh, okay, we have one started. And hopefully PopTart will get going now as well. So whilst we go through the cutscene, let me do some introductions. My name's Tweedy Jono. I'm one of the runners of this game, and I will be your only commentator for this evening. So, as I say, you lucky, lucky people. We have Capes on the left. Chat, do correct me if I'm getting his name wrong, because I didn't get time to ask him if the pronunciation was correct. And PopTartPony on the right. PopTart hopefully is going to get going in a moment. Yes, he is. So a 30-odd second discrepancy, but nothing terrible. And the guys are playing some Simpsons Hit and Run. There's not a lot to say about these early levels. This is a tutorial, but it's known as Cola Caper. Hopefully we'll be able to fix the discrepancy. There we go. Looks like we're pausing Capes' one for a moment. Perfect. So we'll get them synced up in just a second. Nearly there. Okay, we appear to have gone too far. There we go. Close enough. So, for you lucky people who are not familiar with The Simpsons Hit and Run, this is a game released many, many years ago, and I believe both runners are playing on PC today. Let me just check. Looks like they are. And this is the all story missions category, so both runners are going to be going through all the missions in the game in chronological order, doing no side missions, not worrying about any collectibles, getting to the end of the game, the credits as fast as possible. Cape's immediately doing something a bit unusual here. Oh, he's grabbed the card. This is quite unusual, ladies and gentlemen. Now he did inform me beforehand that he would be doing some zany things this run, but I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So, it looks like Capes is going to be having some fun this run and grabbing some cards that aren't strictly necessary, in fact, not necessary at all, to the run. He's also parked his car at an unusual angle there. What is he up to? My goodness. PopTartPony also getting some coins there, around the back. So both runners showing me some interesting strats so far. We're only on level 2. This is going to be an interesting run. PopTartPony electing to get some of the coins behind the school and on the school roof to really set his coin route ablaze early on. Cape's currently ahead due to PopTart's decision to do this. So you guys who aren't necessarily familiar with Simpsons Hit and Run speedruns, we are going to need to, both runners are going to need to buy certain items to progress through the game. There's a few costumes and a few cars which are necessary to buy for the run. So that's why you're going to see them coin routing in various, potentially very interesting ways for these two runners, because I know that PopTart's done some things which aren't to be expected so far, and it looks like Capes is going to do some interesting things as well with the cards. Capes here going for the coins behind the house, or maybe just the... Oh, he's made a point of getting the collector card as well. It looks like Capes is out to have some fun this run, and I think we should all get behind him. This is brilliant. It does mean both of them have tied back up quite nicely. Interesting to see how this pans out. I can see I'm going to be kept on my toes for this for the duration of this commentary. So here you see PopTartPony just getting a vending machine and a box there. Or he should be getting a box there. Very close. Third time's a charm, and he gets it. Now, there's not a lot to be said about these early levels. Just fairly innocuous levels. As we get towards the mid to late game, things are going to start really picking up for these two runners. Cape's here again, sort of innovating on the fly and making a point of getting the card again. Crab juice. I do really love the fact that we're going to have some fun this run with these guys. Good stuff. And also tooting to the tunes. Doesn't improve your time, but it will improve your style points at the end. Okay, so both runners are neck and neck trying to get the wasp here. None of them pick up the free wasp. Unfortunately, Cape's stopping to get it. PopTartPony electing not to. Though his coins look pretty solid already due to the changes in the route he's made so far. Now, for the moment at least, I'm going to be limited to using the audio of our runner on the left, Capes, because I cannot use PopTartPonies, unfortunately. It's given me audio unknown. Ordinarily, we would swap to PopTartPonies when he was in the lead, but I cannot, which is fine. Okay, so small strat coming up here, but relatively significant. They go for Lenny push. Cape's getting a pretty nice one there. So in terms of and PopTartPony getting part of a Lenny push, very respectable still. And what that does, it allows you to push Lenny's character model over towards Barney, who you need to talk to anyway, just eliminating the need to have two distant conversations and cutting down on the requirement to travel on foot between the two. And coming up, potentially the first significant strat of the game, we call Smother strat. The community will tell you this is the easiest strat in the game, though some runners will tell you that it's not. Myself included. So let's see how Capes is first, where he's coming up on it imminently. And this strat involves the destruction of Mr. Burns' limo. They're going to try and get him trapped against a wall here. Capes may struggle now. Yes, he's not going to be able to get that, unfortunately, due to the traffic RNG. Very bad luck there. Let's see if Pop-Tart gets it, though. He's coming up on it. There are backups here. Keep an eye on the left to see if Capes gets one on the wall. Looks like traffic's not been kind to him again. So getting none of the backups there. PopTartPony also missing the intended strat. Let's see if he can get the backup. Capes getting him wedged there, which will mean he'll finish himself off eventually. PopTartPony also not getting the backup. The backup there is there's an area on the wall where you can clip the vehicle and it will take a significant amount of damage. Capes finishing off the mission now. So both runners not having amazing luck with this. Traffic being kind to neither of them. Capes moving on to the first significant platforming level of the game, Blind's Big Brother, which involves the destruction of 9 power couplings for whatever reason. There is lore to this game. There is some kind of story. I could not tell you what that is. There's something to do with aliens, something to do with zombies, and well, what more do you need in a game anyway? Cape's going an unusual way around here, sort of going for a reverse order. PopTartPony on the right going for a more familiar order. Ah, of course, Cape's going for that more unusual order so he could grab the card there. For any new viewers joining, wondering, hey, I haven't seen any runners grab the cards before. Capes is having some fun this run, ladies and gentlemen. He's decided that he wants to innovate his run and wants to make a run that the community will remember. So he's going to pick up the cards. There is no actual value to picking up the cards. It is not necessary in all story missions %, which both runners are doing. It's just for fun. Capes finishing off his mission there. PopTartPony grabbing a vending machine. Bolstering is already solid looking coins to this point in the game. And coming up on Capes' screen on the left is the first unskippable cutscene. Sorry, no, correction. The second unskippable cutscene. We've already had the first one right at the start of the game. a personal favourite of many runners and viewers alike. The infamous sexy footage cutscene.
These miniature cameras are an outrage. Spying on our women's dressing rooms, bathrooms, and locker rooms is unforgivable. I think I speak for all Springfielders when I say, where is the sexy footage?
In other unexplained news, strange black vans have been appearing all over town.
Marge, that black van is spying on us.
Oh, homie, you're so sexy when you're paranoid.
Piece of cake.
And that is the infamous line, "You are so sexy when you're paranoid." Each to their own, ladies and gentlemen, each to their own. So both the runners here are going to be following the van all the way around through the power station and to the front of Burns' mansion. What both runners may or may not decide to do is implement and make use of traffic resetting. If you angle your camera away behind you and then back in front, you can, not every time, but on occasion, reset the traffic. Which is really good for directing the AI to the destination in the fastest way possible. Cape's getting close here to hit and run. Hit and run at this stage would be dangerous. Unfortunately, knocking the van off track, but he looks like he's... oh, he's still going for the cards, despite trapping the van. Gotta be careful. Don't think that's going to work, Capes. Ah, he's going at the back.
That was too easy. Let's roll.
No harm, no foul, but the van is still stuck. He may have been too zany for this one, ladies and gentlemen. He may have been too zany. He's paused. I do not know what is going on. We will leave him for now, as PopTartPony unfortunately gets the van stuck there against the barn. I wonder where Capes has got to. Hopefully his game hasn't crashed, or his stream hasn't crashed. It's looking good to me. He's back. He's back. Okay. Waiting to potentially grab one of the wasps. No, not getting any of the wasps. PopTartPony waiting here for the van to come around. Unfortunately, due to the way the rubber banding works in this game, if you are significantly ahead of a car which you are supposed to be following, rubber banding can do strange and mysterious things, and actually have the van slow down if you're ahead. So most runners find it's best to follow the van. PopTartPony also pausing here, unusually. Both runners taking a pause break, perhaps. Maybe fetching some water. Maybe taking a toilet break. Capes ahead now. Clears the Wheel of Fortune without any pain. Potentially more bathroom breaks. Not entirely sure. Hopefully Pop-Tart's back in a moment. Oh, Capes Valley's gonna miss the card. He's not got time. Ooh. Now that doesn't damage the run, but it does damage his star points. He's going back, ladies and gentlemen. Capes will not give up on these. My commentary's gonna be so off of this. I really don't know what's going on. He's determined to get the cards this run. It is completely unnecessary, but he has a mission and he will see it out. 6 out of 7 on the cards. ASM plus cards percent. You know, let's innovate. PopTartPony, I must have blinked and missed there. Did he fail? He's restarted the mission. I'm a bit flabbergasted, chat. Things are happening this run, and I'm not entirely sure what. I feel like, as a lone commentator this run, I could have really done with someone else for this one. It could be an emotional 2 hours. Ah, her car blew up. Okay. Bad luck there. Cape's almost rounding out. Yes, Cypher just messaged me. I was not aware that Pop-Tart was a girl, and I feel terrible now. Thank you, Cypher. I appreciate it. I will amend my commentary going forward. Hopefully PopTartPony's... They've taken damage again to their car. Gotta be careful. Cape's about to round out his Bone Storm. A very good Bone Storm. Very respectable. He's about to move on to the final mission. Homer 1. Now, there are very distinct strats for this that most speedrunners do.
Let's do this thing. Eat my dust eater.
Let's see. Make sure he's not got anything else in his zany bag.
Mistakes were made.
Oh, he reset a bit early. What he's wanting to do is he wants to reset close to the door just like that. And as the car resets itself, it will be faced inside the door and you can pass through it.
You're not gonna get more.
Now that is a strat that nearly all speedrunners will pick up because it means you do not have to waste time racing Smithers all the way around, back around the map to get to the same location this will get you to in a matter of seconds. PopTart finishing their mission now, moving on to Bone Storm, which is really good. Sub 16 Homer 1 indeed. Now, I will be honest. No, he's getting the final card.
Where am I gonna put all these?
It's As I said, guys, he has a mission, and it would seem that he is determined to see it out. 16 minute, 1 second, Homer 1. Now, comparatively, I will be honest, it's not the fastest Homer 1 I've ever seen. But for a man determined to pick up cards as well as do the ASM routes, again, getting the one here, head of Jebediah. He's it's not a bad time considering. PopTartPony just struggling there with the traffic. RNG got 3 more boxes to pick up before she can move on to her final split of Homer. Cape's here, needing to escape from Skinner. Hopefully he'll be able to do it without too much trouble. Choosing to get the Wasp here. And the cards here. Interesting choices. There's several locations. I guess he could have picked up this card. He has left himself open to Skinner following, and he has caught up. So, interesting decisions made there by Capes. And PopTartPony just clipping house, unfortunately, but she's about to round off her Bone Storm. Capes is again getting more cards here. I guess he's again, my commentary is going to be all over the place for getting these cards, but yes, Stevens in chat, it would appear that he's determined to get all of the cards. I hope he's kept an eye on the timer though. It could be touch and go here. Hopefully he remembered that he can enter the DMV to escape if Skinner's determined to follow.
Full speed ahead.
Fire in the hole.
Oh man, this sucks. Children weren't meant to get this much.
It's if he's taking the early restart, which is definitely what he needed to do there. And PopTartPony, I've missed on the right, is in Ploughking. Things are happening this run. I am completely out of the loop. Both runners completely flabbergasting me with innovation and changes and renovation. I don't know what's going on, chat. I am lost. I'm as lost as you, and this should make for, well, an interesting watch, I hope. PopTartPony nearly finishing off her race there. There we go. She too will be leaving Homer 1. Homer has got out. Okay, and Cape's finishing his first split in Bart. Oh. I am tired already. My brain is having to over-process to try and keep up with this run. I may well be a husk by the end of this. PopTartPony getting her chance to escape from Skinner now. Hopefully in a more conventional style, as she is not going for all the cards this run, or not that I am aware of. Avoiding him there. Hopefully she'll be fine here. And looking good, gets early escape. Cape's here, going up the building, I assume, for the card. We are going to see these runs. If you are just joining, and you are curious as to what Capes is doing, he has decided that he's going to have some fun with this run, and that he's going to grab all of the cards, as well as complete the all-story missions. Again, for anyone curious, it has no bearing on the actual, on the speedrun. You do not have to collect any cards in this category. But he's decided, you know what? We've got a tournament going on. It's a race. Let's innovate. Let's entertain the chat. And let's put on a good show. And that is highly commendable. Sure, you want to commentate solo. You know, when I signed up for this, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting this. But I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Both runners are out to entertain, so I'm happy to be here. Let's see how the run and the race goes for both of them. Let's see what times I can put out. PopTartPony is catching up due to the determination from Capes to grab all the cards.
Let's roll.
Which could make for a very close race. This sure is fun, Megumi TV. This sure is fun. I find myself this run looking at chat quite often because I'm going to need your support as much as you'll need my support for this. Things are happening that I am not familiar with. Change is occurring. Capes here, grabbing the fireworks, hopefully making a quick escape. Elects not to go through the middle of the pylons, but does make a quick escape anyway. Now here, grabbing the early box, and we'll be moving on to Vox Nerjuli. Now, Vox Nerjuli is one of the more interesting splits of the run, in a more serious capacity, because it is so darn difficult this early on. The white car that you're racing against just seems to have an insane speed that is difficult to match in the car you are provided. So let's see how Capes does. Not many speedrunners fail this unless you get caught against a building or traffic RNG does not bless them in that particular moment. But it can be particularly difficult if you are entering this game from a casual perspective. PopTartPony also wants to Vox Nerjuli now. Capes dealing with it with relative ease. PopTart just missing the wasp there. Though due to the extra coins that she's picked up so far, it does look like her coins are looking extremely healthy compared to what we would expect at this point in the game. Capes here, once again grabbing the card. This one, pregnancy test. And couching up to the van. PopTartPony, relatively close, but no trouble for a speedrunner like herself. She wins. And we'll be looking to potentially pick up a vehicle here. Nope. Okay, sticking with the car given. Okay. Some runners here, what they will do is they will pick up the taxi or the fast car if it is presented to them, the fast looking sports car. However, both runners electing not to do that and sticking with their guns and sticking with Bart's signature car. Keep stopping here to get the wasp. No real issues there.
Nice one.
And Cape's getting the next wasp. These are more conventional wasps that we would expect to see in the speedruns. Not so much. would expect to see in this particular run with the zany antics that are going on for the Capes and his desire to pick up all of the cards this run. Does miss the box around the corner? Oh, no, sorry. Spoke too soon. He did not miss the box. He's good on that front. Picking up a fast car as well. Good choice. Does mean he will hopefully shave a few seconds off here. PopTartPony should also be fine on the Wasp. Yep, no trouble at all. Now, due to the decisions that Capes is making this run, PopTartPony is definitely catching up. And she too will be in contention for first place shortly. Now, Capes here, what he's going to do is a trick that some runners of this game do. You can reset your vehicle in certain areas of the game, and it will sort of teleport you up to other areas depending on where the reset interaction planes are inside the game's programming. That is one of the areas that you can reset your car, and it will respawn in a completely different location. And it is very useful as a speedrunner to be able to cut out a good portion of driving and skip to the end of the race, which Capes has done admirably. PopTartPony starting the race, also choosing to do the same strats. The traffic RNG doesn't give it too much problems, and it doesn't. Picking up driver's license here, so Capes is on 6 out of 7 cards. And we're on to better than beef for Capes. I'm going to take a quick sip here, for this run is tiring me out, ladies and gentlemen. Now in this split, I feel like perhaps it needs some context if you are new to the game. Capes is going to be picking up flat meat, 14 items of flat meat, in a certain allotted time, to sell off to a burger joint. I think there's some story in this game somewhere. Somewhere behind the antics. Okay, PopTartPony also coming onto this split. Capes following a very common pattern and path here to get the flat meat. It's a little bit faster and generally easier on the runner if you leave some near the railcar area and come back to them. It gives you more time when you get there to escape from a poo. I actually forgot who you escaped from there. Yes, escape from a poo. Capes about to loop rounds. Looks like he might make it. No, decides not to. Oh, but he. Well, turns out that boxcar is more of a suggestion. He looks like he clipped through the edge there. Not the first time I've seen that happen. And PopTartPony taking a very similar route. She will also be coming up to the box carts now. And the final part of this mission involves escaping from a poo. Now, there are very distinct ways of doing this. Looks like Capes is going to start looping around a Krusty Burger there. Very standard and going wide. And hopefully escaping. PopTartPony also grabbing her last meat there. So the two runners are tying up, both on the same split. Capes throwing us some antics this run. There may potentially be some red split, Stevens. I am not sure. We will see. Capes looks like he went for a main menu warp there. Now, explaining main menu warping quickly. Not all runners have integrated it into their runs yet, but what you can do is you get 2 free wasp destructions per level when you load in. So these are wasps that you can destroy with your car. However, once you've destroyed 2 wasps on foot or in your car, that is no longer possible because you will hit the wasps and they will no longer be destructible in your vehicles. However, main menu warping, as it's called, means you go out to the menu and quickly back in, and that counter resets itself, so you can destroy 2 more wasps for free. Makes the collection of some wasps and some boxes in this game much easier, much more consistent. PopTartPony there, I didn't really catch that, but it looks like she had some trouble escaping from a poo, but managed to get there in the end. which is great. Does get the wasp there. Capes gets the wasp there due to his decision to main menu warp, making getting that wasp much easier. Runners like myself who choose not to main menu warp would very rarely get the opportunity to pick that wasp up. PopTartPony also about to come on to Monkey See, Monkey Do. Now, this is one of the levels in the game which has the most variation of ways to complete with regards to the coin route. There are lots of wasps, lots of boxes, and vending machines available. Capes, for example, electing not to grab one of the wasps a moment ago. It's also the level with, in my opinion, the best music or soundtrack in the game. Gets a wasp there due to his main menu warping. Very nice, very clean and efficient. Also going to be looking to grab the box at the top of the ramp here. Comes at it with a perfect speed and angle. Get in the box. No issues at all. PopTartPony not main menu warping herself and trying to get the wasp on foot. Unfortunately, the wasp was giving us some trouble, so she has left that. A good call. Let's see how PopTartPony treats the coin route in this split. Our chat is correct to me. 3 wasps, 3 bees. I see. I see what you did there. 3 bees. They are indeed 3 bees. Cape's getting close to hit and run, but he should be fine as his double structurals coming up. Easy one to grab there. The AM radio toy means he's got all level cards. Again, completely necessary, but in terms of style points, he is going all out, and I would definitely respect that. PopTartPony grabbing the wasp that Capes elected not to get there. Just showing the variation in the coin routes in this level. Lots of things that runners can pick up, could pick up, choose not to pick up. Looks like PopTartPony is going for the box. Let's see if she goes for the wasp 3B as well. She has. So PopTartPony really choosing to maximize her coins here in the early levels. Kate's now moving on to Sellout. Now, Sellouts, we have a set number of destructible cars that we need to destroy. One of the more interesting splits of the run. Perhaps one of the more prominent time loss areas this early on. Cape's potentially forgetting that he already picked up the vending machine up there, so just correcting his route. Getting a really good shunt there on the second sellout car. Unfortunately, did not manage to capture it around the corner. But should be able to finish it off. No problem at all. PopTartPony just overshooting the box there. But her coin route is exceptionally healthy for this point of the game, so I don't think she'll be worried too much about that. Just to answer Josh's question, I just saw in chat, are wasps even useful? Yes. In any percent, sorry, this isn't any percent. In all story missions percent, they are useful because they drop coins, and we need a certain amount of coins throughout the run to buy costumes and cars, which are necessary for progressing the game. Cape's just missing the wasp there, unfortunately. The wasp? I'm talking about wasp too much. The sellout car, so he will need to chase that down. Let's see if he can get hit. Some significant damage before the corner. Gets a lot of damage there, actually. Very good recovery from Capes on the final sellout car, so he'll be coming from the first potential cutscene skip of the run. Let's see if he gets it. Cutscene skips in this game involve spamming your menu key very, very quickly and trying to get the 1 frame pause to skip the cutscene. PopTartPony just about to finish her Monkey See, Monkey Do, and we'll be coming on to Sellouts herself. Let's see. Capes gets it on the 4th pause. And that saves a significant amount of time because he does not have to watch the cutscene. Hence cutscene skip. Do you need to kill the bees for 100%? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have to kill all of the bees. / wasps. I still maintain they're wasps. Cape's taking the opportunity to grab some coins there as well. And of course, the first card of the level. It looks like he will be maintaining that throughout the entire game. PopTartPony, some significant damage on the first card, very close to destruction. There we go, destroying the first card. Cape's about to do a very short race. Let's see what his coins are like. Yes, very healthy for this point in the game. One thing that neither runner will have to worry about is their coin routes. They both made sure to, yes, accrued an excessive amount of coins so that none of them will have to worry about coin grinding in the later portions of the game. Let's see how PopTart gets on with her next sellout destructible card. Traffic not being amazing for her. Just for your reference, chat, the best and fastest ways of dealing with these destructible missions are getting the cars trapped or damage them against solid objects like walls. These tend to do the most damage. Traffic cars are not effective ways of damaging the destructible cars, unfortunately. PopTartPony getting some damage here on the second to last. And Cape's just about to finish his first level here of... I was about to say Marge. This is not Marge. This is Lisa 1. Now, Lisa is a lot of runners' potentially least favourite set of missions of the game. I know Lisa is not one of my favourites, but Marge is also pretty catastrophic. We will see Marge shortly, and I will vent about Marge levels. PopTartPony just trying to get that final destruction. She's not far away. The car's taking a lot of damage here. And finishes it off, picking some coins up as well due to the destruction of a nearby car. Destruction of traffic cars does also drop coins. However, it tends to spike your hit and run meter quite significantly, so it's not really any kind of consistent thing that runners go for. But if there is an opportunity to pick up some coins via a car destruction, and it won't impact their hit and run meter point of hit and run, then runners do tend to go for and just pick up the extra coins and pad out their coins for the late game. Cape's getting Bart's Soul here. Another card. Got him. PopTartPony is on her opportunity to get the cutscene skip. Let's see if she gets it. Several pauses in. Oh, she gets it, but very unfortunate. She clicks off it, so she hit the frame and had the potential to get the cutscenes, but unfortunately she clicked off it. This is something that I myself do very often in my runs and that I've done in my tournament run so far. Very easy to do due to the one-frame nature of the trick. So you will unfortunately have to watch the Truckosaurus cutscene. Not a horrific cutscene to have to watch. And certainly not the longest cutscene to fail to skip in this game. We will see that coming up shortly. Cape's electing not to get the Clueless coins, and I believe he's trying to get the card round here. Yes, okay. So he chooses to sacrifice some coins for the sake of the card. A bold move. A bold move. Cape's just looping around there, getting back to Millhouse eventually. PopTartPony starting out on her first split of Lisa. Now, another interesting split here coming up for Capes. This is Bonfire of Manatees. What both runners are going to want to do is try and get the truck trapped against a wall and repeatedly hit the van from behind. Let's see. Does miss it, but he's choosing to restart the level. Very clever. It's one of the levels and splits in the game where if you don't get it, it is generally beneficial to give it at least a few more shots. And you will still end up saving time over trying to attempt it casually. Cape's here deciding that one restart is enough and he's not going to go for any more. Oh, my bad, spoke too soon. He has gone for a restart. So let's see how he performs with the van this time. It's a relatively finicky trick. It depends on the traffic and it depends on the speed and velocity of the van. Looks like he's got it this time. There we go. So as you can see, the van is trapped in the corner. Now just repeated backing up and should be able to get all 15. No sweat at all. And we'll see how Pop-Tart deals with this split when she gets split.
Perhaps you should consult Professor Brink at the observatory. He seems to know everything. Except why I ever came to this jerk Waterberg.
Yeah, so Cape's just rounding out his split here. It'll be interesting to see how Pop-Tart treats the coin route in this level. Clueless has a room with many, many boxes at the Krusty Studios, which Capes wasn't able to get due to his determination to grab all of the cards this run. He's obviously thought about when and where he can grab those cards without damaging the integrity of a run too much, so he did not have time to get the Clueless coins. However, with Pop-Tart following a much more conventional route for this run, she may have time to grab those.
There goes my college money. Otto.
And this is one of the required vehicles to buy for the game to progress, School Bus.
Keep an eye out for Smokey.
Cape's just choosing to grab the coins. Box and a wasp here.
Let's just do
Fairly standard for this run. Both runners, as I've mentioned, have very healthy coin amounts due to the amount of coins they've been able to pick up so far. Cape's going to be looking for early destruction here. Let's see if he gets it. Does back off. He decides he's not got the velocity to get there. And a solid hit. First card destroyed, no worries at all. Pop-Tart on your right is going to go for Clueless Room. As you will see, just hidden around the corner, many, many coins. Bolstering her already remarkably strong coin route, chooses not to grab some of them.
I wonder if I'll get extra credit for this.
Potentially worried about failing the mission. It is a very tight mission for time if you do choose to get to those boxes. Capes, let's see how he deals with the second car. Unfortunately, doesn't get the best hit, but does get some damage. Let's hope he can destroy the car before he gets to the ramp. Looks like the van there, the traffic van, has prevented him from getting a good hit, unfortunately. Should be one coming up here. Just overshoots, though. Could be tricky to destroy it before the ramp now. Oh dear, it appears he's done a Francis LeBeau here. He's completely missed. Very easy to do due to the RNG, traffic, and the original RNG of the car, but he does destroy it. It's not going to lose too much time. PopTartPony onto her Bone Storm for Manatees. Choosing to restart due to the tricky traffic RNG she was presented with there. Capes onto the final destructive car of this split. Good damage. And hopefully, due to the angle of the car, there will be a self-destruction imminently.
What's going on in this town?
The AI in this game is extremely easy to manipulate, and for most destruction missions, what the runners were wanting to do is get the destructible car trapped. Now, PopTartPony nearly getting very lucky there with the van looping all the way back to the intended area, but just misses, just gets caught on the edge of the dumpster there, so it's not the distraction intended. Let's see if she chooses to reset. We'll do it traditionally. She looks like she's going for traditional straps, so she's going to chase down Cletus and grab the remaining 13 flat meats. Cape's now moving on to Slivery Sleuthing. And yes, I did just check my splits, but I just call this Snake. Now, Snake's going to give 2 fairly innocuous drops, and the third drop is completely random. Runners are going to want him to drop it before the bridge. And on Capes' screen, he does achieve that. The reason we wanted to drop beforehand is so we don't have to jump over the bridge and then worry about driving back, which does add several seconds on to the run. Pop-Tart halfway there. Just unfortunately having to deal with
Just a few more.
Bone Storm? No, that's not the one. Bonfire. In potentially not the fastest style available. Okay, it's just about to wrap up on his slivery.
Could you come get me?
Popped up, just collecting the final one now. And what you just saw Capes do, very, very quick, if you blinked, you did miss it, is missions which begin with a camera pan, you can skip said camera pan, in the same way that Capes has just skipped to... okay, you can skip the camera pan by menuing, and then menuing again, which saves upwards of a couple of seconds. Ah, he's chosen to grab the card, sorry, I did forget for a moment that he is grabbing the card. So it looks like he will take this opportunity to grab the cards here and then potentially restart the mission. Yes, okay. Trying to understand this run is very interesting. PopTartPony there getting that menu pan skip, saving a couple of seconds.
Plenty of good living here. I'm gonna have to do so much babysitting to pay for that. Now you'll never be fried and served with tartar sauce. Next time, watch out for nuts. Return to the wild.
And PopTartPony just choosing to grab the coins before buying the school bus. And she too will move on to... moving on to Hellfish Hill. Now the mission that Capes is on is fairly dour. Just need to collect the 22 free-eyed fish there. Which has been nuclearly irradiated, hence the third eye. Its Simpsons do not apply any logic to it. PopTartPony getting very quick damage on there. Good stuff. She's going to move swiftly onto her second car. Let's see if she can get the second destructible car here slightly faster than Capes. We will see as and when she gets there. Capes about to pick up his final free-eyed fish. Gets it, just misses the ledge, but won't waste any significant amount of time. And of course, he will be picking up another card here. Soy Pop. And another card for Capes. I've got to say, chat, I am very impressed that he has maintained this. And it looks like it's set in for the rest of the run. So all 7 have now been collected for Lisa 1. And I did not pay proper attention to PopTart. PopTart did manage to destroy the second destructible car much faster than Kate's managed to. Again, hopefully closing the gap between the two runners. PopTartPony choosing to take a straight approach at the third destructible car. Getting a good chunk of damage early on. It's good to see. And Kate's moving on to the final split of Lisa. And let's see how he appears. Okay, it looks like he's going to go for big damage early on. Unfortunately, just not fast enough. Looks like he's going to be looking to do a more traditional strat here. No, he's going for early destruction. Restarts the mission. He's obviously not happy with the amount of damage he's got on already. Traditionally, runners, what they would do here is they would get the limo trapped in the ramp area and allow the limo to destroy itself. But because Capes has already picked up the 2 boxes and the wasp, I believe, it looks like he is just trying to get some early destruction. But he's good damage there, but not managed to trap it, unfortunately. Let's see how he deals with this. Good damage again. And it exploded. So Capes will be shortly chugging on to Marge 1. PopTartPony on her own slivery sleuthing. Let's see how she does with it. Falling behind a little bit is always a bit scary in the later follow missions. And will it? Yes, Snake has dropped before the bridge. Nearly accidentally careering over the edge there, but she does recover and she will be able to get back to the harbour area very, very fast. Cape's beautifully platforming there up the lamppost onto the boat, grabbing the wasp as well, therefore bolstering that coin route for some future purchases which are required in this run.
What's up? I'll do my best.
Cape's now into March 1. Let's see where he innovates in terms of grabbing the 7 collectible cards, which I will reiterate for any new viewers are not required at all for all story missions %. If anyone's looking at this and thinking about picking the game up, they are not required at all. It is just a bit of fun that Capes is having in his run to try and spice things up a bit. And he is definitely spicing up my commentary because most of the time I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. Grabbing the free box there, gotta wait for... okay. All irrelevant because the car and the character model do reset anyway. One of the trickier splits here, Donut Truck, looks like he's gonna get the fast strat. Perfect. Beautifully fast. So the most optimum version of this strat is getting the Donut Truck trapped exactly where he's going to be trapped, and then repeatedly bashing into him to get him to drop all 10 in that one location. Much quicker than following him around, and it means you remain much closer to the mission endpoint, just back at the lab lads. So a very good split there from Capes. PopTartPony on her fish pickup level. Again, as with Capes, not much to be said here. Generally not a difficult split as long as you don't miss too many fish and have to loop background. Capes going to be grabbing the box here. Potentially buying a costume. Yep. This costume required for the next mission. One of the required missions of the run. Marge, I believe, is the only level in the game where there are 2 required costumes. One that has just been purchased, and then police uniform Marge later on.
I'll do my best. Hope they're all right.
Cape is just entering into a particularly interesting split here. In Redneck Roundup, primarily because it's one of the first follow missions in the game where there is a significant chance of failure. The further into the game you get, as to be expected, the levels do get harder as the game goes on, and the rubber banding in the follow missions does not work in the same way. So if the AI is going to clap into the metal post like that, following shouldn't be a problem after all, but it can be tricky if you hit too many items, and this is the mission, but I myself have failed on many occasions in my runs, but I know many of the runners have as well. So at this point in the run, runners do have to start becoming more vigilant and aware of their surroundings. PopTartPony does get the limo wedged there in a more traditional style. As you can see, the limo will destroy itself, as the AI in this game isn't too hyper-intelligent. This is the first time Cyber says that PopTart has got that strat in a run. That is awesome to hear, though. Good stuff. It is not a particularly easy strat to get. No, honestly, no strat in this game is easy. They've all got their quirks and strangeness associated with them, so it's good to hear that that might be the first time she's got that in a run. I'll be interested to see how she's now looking against her own splits. Okay, it's just got 2 more items to pick up there. And PopTartPony just about to do a bit of platforming of her own to get back onto the boat. You'll see here most runners will elect to go on the future lamppost here. And you can easily stand on the edge just as she's doing, and platform onto the boat. There is a slightly trickier version of that, and faster version, before you have to drive down the edge of the boat. But it's not something I go for myself. Cape's about to move on to ketchup logic. So let's explain that logic for a moment, chat. Cletus is going to pick up 18 packets of ketchup. Or should I say sachets? 18 sachets of ketchup. And as Cletus just explained, people have done thrown them out to feed on during the long winter, I guess. That's what happens in Springfield. Now, I've said this in all of my commentaries so far, and if you've heard them, you will have already heard this line. But if you're new, never apply logic to The Simpsons. Okay, it's following a pretty traditional route here. The ketchup sachets are laid out in such a way that there's only one way that you can really, one order for grabbing the packets. PopTartPony moving on to her donut truck, unfortunately not getting the strat and not getting the backup. There is a fairly consistent backup where you can angle your car in front of the donut truck, like so actually, very close to getting the strat. There we go, she's got there now. And the donut truck will ram into you and effectively grant you the donuts. However, they do despawn. So keep an eye on the one in the corner. Yes, it has despawned unfortunately, but she's only got 4 more to collect. Not a lot longer to wait. Cape's about to try his hand at the Wheel of Fortune. This is a wheel that has claimed many runs in the past. Clears it, no problems at all. Grabbing some extra coins there. Further solidifying the coin route, which I like to see. Sounds logical to me, Jono, says Megumi TV. Yes, I think it is logical. For Simpsons anyway. There are many things about this game and the wider Simpsons franchise that are just a bit crazy. But I guess that's why everyone loves The Simpsons, myself included. Ah yes, nearly forgot. Capes is still grabbing the cards where he can. Grabs pepper spray. Still got 6 more to collect this level. If he is choosing to grab all of them in the game. It'd be interesting to see if he gives up on that dream at any point. I'm thinking he won't because he's committed so far. Capes here, not immediately choosing to reset. I think he's going to grab some more coins. Not coins, sorry. He's going to grab another card. Yes, he is. Runners here would ordinarily not be looking to grab any cards in the All-Story Missions run. It would have already walked to the next mission. Something else I haven't mentioned actually at all. It kind of flies over your head when you've watched so many speedruns, but each of these runners are warping to their missions after completing them. It saves a significant amount of time to running or driving to the next mission start point. So after every split is completed, you will see them entering the menu, like so, mission selecting to the next available mission. And again, cancelling the zoom out there. Card strats and ASM, yes. Yes, he's innovating, Chaos Lord. And I say big props to it. Though it is making for sometimes interesting commentary. Completing Return of the Nearly Dead, no problems at all. An extremely quick split. And he will be moving on to Wolf Stole My Pills. Or, as some runners know this, Wolf Stole My Runs. There is a certain quirk about this level where we will be shortly following a car that is dropping 10 medicine vials, and for some reason it can just not drop one, and then it will do the entire circuit again, and you will have to drive round waiting for it to drop the infamous 10th vial. But it did not drop on the first go round. This is something we call getting 2 cycled. It's not particularly common, but it is particularly annoying when it does happen. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that doesn't happen to either runner in this race. PopTartPony just keeping up, grabbing all of the items. And having an extremely healthy coin rate, as mentioned. Ah, yes, another classic line from this game. Get that poopty rig off the road. And there's still some people out there that doubt this is the best game ever made. Capes using the AI's impact with the wall there to grab himself a box, relatively risk-free. Another quirk about this level, which I forgot to mention before when talking about the quirks, is that it can glitch out and give you a mission failed status without you actually having failed the mission. So to give that a bit of context, what it can do is, even if there's green bar left in the top corner, which is your proximity to the car you're chasing, it can happen on some occasions, though it is rare, where you will still have some green bar left and the game will tell you, hey, you failed. Which is another extremely annoying quirk of this game, which occasionally happens to runners. But another reason we will cross our fingers and our toes and hope that it happens to none of these runners. Thank you, Loki Lady there, for explaining 2-cycle. She has very succinctly described in chat for anyone that is curious as to what 2-cycle is. Pop-Tart collecting her set of ketchups here. Again, I hope not applying logic. Traffic RNG being a little bit troublesome, and of course Capes grabbing another card. Capes determined this evening to make a category run in and of itself. A bold move mid-tournament, a bold move, but a respectful move nonetheless. Capes going to be driving up the ramp. Let's see if he resets his vehicle. He does. Takes a reset. Just shifts him over a bit towards where Grandpa is going to be the next mission trigger. There we go. There's Capes in chat. Way too nervous. Messed up so much at the start. You are still doing very well, man. I will say, for considering you're grabbing all the cards. You're doing very well indeed. Yes, sorry, Lux. This is the third and final unskippable cutscene of the run. So we have the opening cutscene, we've had the sexy footage cutscene, and now, to conclude, we have crap circles cutscene.
For the last freaking time, tell me
PopTartPony grabbing both vending machines here.
A raccoon, as I recall. It's me with a banjo. No, I never reasoned with a raccoon, let alone a Nazi one. So
Grandpa, what does this have
Kept
to do
saying,
with crime
and my coins are pretty bad right now, but I gotta do it.
Now, the first time I rode in a watercolor. Okay.
Capes, I definitely respect your choices, and I'm looking forward to see how this run goes.
Describe it in sepia tone. Well, as I recall, it was sort of a cosmic kind of thing. Shaped kind of like a planet with an old-fashioned radio antenna coming off it.
A planet with an antenna? That sounds awfully familiar. I think it was at the Quickie Mart. That's it. It was on a bottle of pop. Maybe that will jog Bart's memory. March in charge.
Okay. I was trying to remain quiet during the rest of that cutscene because I am aware that it's a particularly amazing one.
I need a Long Island iced tea.
And Capes just about to start another one of the heaviest platform missions in the game. Involves lots of finicky movement. This will be the Cola Wars. PopTartPony just completing her race. Return of the Nearly Dead with no trouble whatsoever. She too is about to move on to Wolf Stole My Runs, as the community knows it. And we hope that the wolves do not steal her run. But there is always that possibility lurking. Capes just grabbing the boxes here. Unfortunately, not getting any uber destructions. You can, though it doesn't happen very often, destroy both wasps and both boxes with one hefty ground pound. However, he does not get that, unfortunately. So I do have to deduct some style points, which will be calculated later on.
I swear I used to be a better runner.
PopTartPony choosing to grab the coins here. Does miss a wasp, and she's going to fix that just by getting out of the vehicle and kicking the thing. Don't try this at home, folks. Kicking wasps is cruel. But Capes has just kicked one as well. So the purpose of the mission that Capes is on, as I said, it's a heavy platform one. Does get a good jump there between both buildings. That's not particularly easy to get, especially in a run. And it does save a good few seconds. Picking up 30 cola cans here.
Do something neat with this.
And of course, we'll be grabbing number 5 collectible card. Mr. Plowjacket. Of course, referencing the Mr. Plow from the cartoon. Just a few more to pick up. Cape's doing that very well, honestly. No major hiccups.
Who knows who's selling the coal?
And Cape will be moving on to the final split of Marge.
Oh.
A tricky one. Requires the destruction of 3 cola trucks. We will see how he fares with this. PopTartPony midway through collecting the drops here. Let's see how she does as well. Falling a little bit behind, but hopefully not risking any fail glitches. And we will also cross our fingers and hope that the car does not miss a drop. Good damage from Capes on the first one there. And traffic actually helping direct the truck into the wall, doing him potentially a big favour there, getting him good damage. PopTartPony does get a hit and run, however she does not get 2-cycled, which is fantastic. Neither runner has got 2-cycled. Capes coming at the truck there with some significant force and destroying it. Quite epically, honestly. Moving on to the second van, which will spawn at Burns' mansion. Getting close to hit and run, but hopefully dodging some collisions there just to reduce the meter. PopTartPony very close to her second skippable cutscene. She chooses not to reset her vehicle there. No real super significant time loss, just a runner preference.
This'll be Marge's secret. Look, no hands. My bad.
Let's see how Capes' second van goes here. Does get him trapped. Does get a lot of damage. Shouldn't have any problems here with self-destruction of the van. Good stuff. PopTart just watching the cutscene there as well. And part of the innovation that Capes is taking means he does have to explore a bit more of Burns' mansion compared to what runners would normally do for this category. For he is determined to pick up the card in the mantelpiece.
Let's see what this does.
Thank you for watching, Stevens. Really appreciate it.
It's the Bart's baby ship.
Plenty more races coming up this week that other people are commentating and running, so keep an eye out for those ones. There is lots of this race still left. Believe you and me, folks.
Well, now we'll put that there. Not very good at
Capes
this.
just grabbing the box, and we'll potentially be grabbing a wasp down here. Yep, as expected. Let's not miss the detail that is the giant chessboard as well. Choosing to get both wasps, actually. Only further strengthening that coin route that both runners are looking to master. Let's see how the Wheel of Fortune treats him. No issues whatsoever. So Capes is going to come up on the final destructive van now. Potentially the easiest one. What most runners will do is they'll get him stuck against the tree down here, but let's see how that goes for him. Oh, unfortunately does miss it. But gets a very solid backup hit on the barn, and we'll be looking to finish this off.
Stick to the plan.
Just getting it to go around in reverse order. And honestly, finishing that in very good time given given the missed optimum strat. So that was very good from Capes. PopTartPony moving onto her heavy platforming level now. We'll see how she copes with collecting 30 cola cans. And also taken to collecting a card, which is interesting. It looks like she definitely chose to get that. I wonder if she is aware of what Capes is up to and is looking to replicate some of that collectible card action. Jono, what's the resolution this game needs to be set for speedrunning? I don't know if there is a specific resolution. I have it saved down. I will check at the end of the run for you. My mind is too focused on the innovative strats that the runners are taking at the moment, so I cannot recall the figures. Capes choosing to get the box and coins behind Flanders' house at this point in the level, before wrapping up on Marge for good and moving on to a poo. Is Capes doing 100%, asks Lucius. No, as Kim has said, it's more of an ASM plus all cards. He informed me before the race he had some spicy innovation he'd like to bring to the tournament race, and he is not disappointed so far. Loving the detail, but he is honking his horn to the music. PopTartPony, no issues whatsoever. We'll be finishing off her split here. And moving on to her own outer space mission, looking to destroy the free bands as fast as possible. So between the two runners, there's approximately a split between them. But definitely do not rule any of these runners out yet from taking and nabbing the victory. We do have, at the end of the poo, the longest skippable cutscene coming up. And if missed, it does add, I believe, over 2 minutes to the run. So let's say that Capes misses it and PopTart gets it. It will close the run up quite dramatically, actually. Capes is dealing with a hit and run here. Now, as the game progresses, hit and runs do get progressively harder to avoid, and they do double the amount of police cars you have to deal with from 1 to 2. So getting hit and run at this point does make a legitimate difference to how Capes will have to treat his coin route for the rest of the game, should he get busted. And of course, Capes having to wait for the collectible card. Now I suppose it should be fairly obvious, though I will reiterate it for the sake of clarity. Capes doing this will be adding a significant additional time to his run that would be otherwise unnecessary, but he's determined to do it, and he is still ahead, which is impressive in and of itself. He is just grabbing the card there from the top of Mo's. Looks like he's got stuck a bit, and PopTartPony on her screen. Oh, Canyonero physics not helping there, just swinging the car around, but fortunately clearing the gap, so she's not going to have to drive around anywhere. Waiting on the second destructible van. Let's see how she deals with that whilst Capes travels to the start of his first split in a poo. Getting it trapped, which is great. Does mean that the cola truck will do a lot of damage to itself, as it is.
My jubilation knows no bounds. Oh, I had better hurry. Last time I left this store,
Should self-destruct? PopTartPony just hanging around to ensure that self-destruction does happen. Though, once you're in that position, the assumption can be made that the van will destroy itself.
This is not good for my insurance.
Here we go, so Capes onto his first split in a poo. Incriminating caffeine. Now I know in my own personal stream there's a lot of deliberation between viewers as to which soundtrack is best, whether it's a poo, whether it's the Monkey See, Monkey Do music. So I'll let you guys decide for yourselves as to which soundtrack is the optimum Simpsons hit and run soundtrack. Though I think Homer's Day from Homer 1 will never be bested, really. OG tracks all the way. So the van has driven fairly intelligently for Cape so far. No unintended collisions have happened, which is great. It's very easy to get the van caught on the fire trucks we just passed. However, Cape's just backing off and allowing the truck to travel out of sight of Capes did mean that the chances of collisions were significantly reduced. PopTartPony just about to close out now. I did miss her final van, unfortunately. So it looks like, given the time she's on, compared to when I last looked, that it went fairly well. Choosing to get a vending machine here, and looping back round and grabbing the box and the vending machine next to Krusty Burger. So if one thing is definitely in PopTartPony's favour, it is her coin route. It is significantly stronger than Capes at this point. So we will see how that fares for her in the late game.
I must admit, the smell of fresh air is much more.
Capes here, grabbing a box and of course grabbing the card and moving on to the next split.
Perhaps I should refrain from doing that in the future.
Now, in the poo, we've got some very interesting splits in terms of speedrunning. Some missions which tend to be makers or breakers for people's personal runs. We have this little piggy coming up. Never trust a snake and quick cash. And then there's Curious Curator. However, runners know some of these splits better as Armored Truck and just Curator. However, we will talk over these a bit more when we get there. Both are extremely finicky strats, and both do impact the time of runs very heavily, given the nature of said splits. Capes finishing out that level and grabbing the box. PopTartPony grabbing the vending machines early, obviously not feeling comfortable with grabbing them in the first split like Capes did. And another necessary purchase in the game, the car built for Homer. An incredible vehicle. But it is required for the run. So we do pick that up just there. Capes just demonstrating the horn for us. Looks like Capes has got him caught, which would be incredible if he has. This is an exceptionally good baby van. Let's see if he can hold it for all 10. 8, 9. Looks like he's done it. That was, well, definitely deserving of a horn. That was superlative, baby van. Getting him trapped is no mean feat, ladies and gentlemen, because the way that baby van behaves is, well, extremely erratic. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was a rainbow split for him, because that was fast.
I must admit, the smell of fresh air is
So Capes definitely pulling out a very strong split there. Moving on. PopTartPony about to kick off the very first split in a poo. Again, not too far behind, maybe 2 splits, possibly 3 after the strength that was the previous split put out from Capes. definitely do not rule PopTartPony out yet. Cape's just grabbing the vending machine there. A good pickup. Relatively free. Now both players on follow missions, which, as I've previously explained, but I will reiterate, not sure what PopTartPony's doing here. Looks like she may be needing to pop out for just a moment. Both these splits, as I was saying, follow missions, which require the player to, well, follow said vehicle. However, particularly in the Pooh and Beyond, so these kind of missions do get increasingly more difficult. PopTartPony just coming back. Traffic, we're not helping her though. It is a failed mission, unfortunately. As I was just saying, or about to say, as the missions get harder, they do get increasingly more difficult and increasingly easier to fail, even for speedrunners. And she unfortunately did just demonstrate that fact of life there. 1 or 2 consecutive traffic collisions in these kind of splits will tend to prematurely end the run or end the level for you. PopTartPony dropping behind again here. She has failed again, unfortunately. The third time is the charm, so hopefully she will be fine. And she will storm ahead. I've just seen in chat PopTartPony's controller is playing up. That's not good to hear, PopTart. Do you have any experience playing with keyboard and mouse? I know I'm probably one of the only people next to Orc in the community that does do that, but hopefully PopTartPony can fix that, so we can continue the race. Meanwhile, Cape's demonstrating once again the magnificence of the car built for Homer Horn and picking up all the drops. This mission is another one of the more interesting missions because the game tends to give you allocated amounts of time per mission and extend that time as you complete each individual mission checker or check marker. However, this mission, the game just goes, here you go, here's all the time for everything you've got to do in this mission, go nuts. And so it is in our best interest when doing this mission to direct the van at the start and give us the maximum amount of time that we can to do the platforming section, which Cape's is now on, when we get to it. So PopTartPony does look like she's back in some capacity. Hopefully she's either fixed the controller or moved over to potentially a keyboard setup. If she's on PC, and I do believe she is. Still waiting. I assume she's just testing some controller options. It's unfortunate this has happened. Unfortunately, I think it's the curse of the tournament. A lot of runners so far have had things happen. I know particularly in my first round race against LP3, his game crashed in March. Unfortunately ending his run prematurely as well, and having no save files to fall back on. So it is something which tends to happen in tournament games, unfortunately. And I know runners before have also had weird glitches occur of a similar vein. Okay, still going here, just grabbing his coins. I've seen cursor movement from PopTartPony, but not necessarily sure if that means that she's fixed the controller. We shall wait and see. Nothing is set up for keyboard. I don't know what to do. Yikes. I'm not sure if there's anyone in chat available that might be able to help out. Let me hold on. Nothing is set up for keyboard. I don't know what to do. Don't know if there's any value in me booting up my one and seeing if I can help you out here. PopTartPony to get you back in the race. Or boot up my Simpsons hit and run whilst Capes continues.
Life, I promise. This is not good for my insurance. What in the hell were you thinking? To hurry up or my arranged bride will chastise me. Jiminy crickets!
I don't know if there's any value to doing this PopTartPony. I'm going to send you a breakdown of the necessary controller bindings and see if there's anything we can do here. With regards to helping this situation out.
Get out of my way, silly puddle! My friend.
Just sending some pictures across now. If they don't help, then they don't help. But let's see if this can at least get you back into game.
Sir, this full. Oh, I better hurry. Last time I left this store, hoodlums put.
At least these are the settings I use.
What in hell were
Just
you
sending them
thinking,
across
sir?
now.
Who put this here? It makes no sense.
We will see. Oh, she's moving again. Okay, I completely didn't even realise that. Okay, she is going. That's good. She's obviously sorted it out. Right, we're back on. Good stuff. So Pop-Tart is unfortunately still on the first split here. So she will have a good chunk of catching up to do to Capes. Capes here is on Armored Truck, something which I haven't mentioned due to trying to help the situation out. So let me just catch up for a moment. This is one of the much more finicky strats in the game. The first section here, which involves getting rid of the police car. Not really. Ooh, Capes getting a weird speed boost there. Not necessarily what he was looking for. First section of the mission, nothing too difficult. The AI is easily fooled. It's going to be wanting to get the armor truck trapped into the stairs if possible. Doesn't go for it, but does go for a much safer strat, which involves just getting the armored truck trapped against the metal railings and going from there. So looks like he's got at least a chunk of damage on already. This is a tricky mission regardless. The truck is still trapped there. Yeah, I had a feeling it would look like it was going to escape. Maybe some damage to be had here though. No, unfortunately not. So even casually, this is a very difficult mission because you are given a very weak car and told, hey, here you go, destroy a very strong van. Go do. It's not an easy one to do at the best of times. However, if you manage to get the van to make repeated impacts with the solid objects like the walls, that is going to be your best bet for destroying the armored truck without destroying your car in the process. And that is exactly what Capes is currently doing. A good bit slower than the intended strat, but he will get there eventually. PopTartPony grabbing 7 pickups, now on to her 8th, so she is hoping to not fail this split again, though I shouldn't tempt fate because this is not very good. Hopefully she doesn't fail again. Looks like she should be okay if she makes the jump. She does. A good drop down here should allow her to not fail, but it looks like she has unfortunately failed again. Unfortunately, as mentioned, the splits do get increasingly harder in difficulty. And this is one of said splits. Rubber banding does not seem to play any significant impact this late into the game. And the van will drive regardless of where you are in relation to it. Capes just, finishing off the armored truck. A little bit slow, but managed to nab it and destroy it before it started travelling back in the opposite direction of the map. He destroyed it at probably the absolute pinnacle before the armor truck starts reversing its track back towards the industrial area of the map. Again, PopTartPony failing again, unfortunately. I think that's 3 or 4 times now. I know her control isn't helping much, and isn't cooperating necessarily, so we will have to see and keep an eye on how she does. Hopefully this attempt she'll be able to do it. And move on to the next split.
My giant gut is slowing me down.
Capes moving on here in the donut truck. Not a vehicle you tend to see used in all story missions, but allowing him to pick up the final, or one of the final cards he needed there beautifully onto the last split of a poo, which is Curious Curator. Next to Armored Truck, probably the second, or some would argue the actual hardest strat in a poo. Very similar to Armored Truck, it's going to involve the destruction of a vehicle. However, instead of necessarily strength this time, the vehicle in question has speed. The optimal strat is going to involve Capes just following behind very closely and hopefully teasing him into a wall. And let's see how that goes. Fortunately, doesn't get it, but let's see if he gets a good hit. He does get a good hit. And then we'll, fingers crossed, allow him to destroy this Curator before coming out of the tunnel. He easily gets the Curator there. And we'll be going towards the second skippable cutscene of the run. This, unfortunately, if he does miss it, is the hardest or most impactful cutscene to miss. It adds the most time on. Let's see how he does. Hits it easily. No problems from Capes there. 2 out of 2 cutscene skips. He is storming ahead onto Part 2. 14 missions left. Let's see how he deals with what the game's got left to throw at him. Indeed, Kima, buying Donut Truck and Lisa for that card, genius. Capes really has innovated here, and the most genius part about this is that by having the Donut Truck as his vehicle there, he's able to actually get one of the potentially trickier cards to pick up. So I'm really enjoying the fact that he's innovating, but he's thought about how he's innovating as well. Which is honestly inspired. PopTartPony just trying to make that escape. Makes the escape, no problems there at all. We'll be driving back to the hospital. Storming onto the third split of a poo for herself. Now, I always seem to put like a PSA out when this mission comes up, even in my own streams. But the mission that Capes is on, you may be wondering, indeed does involve the school bus running over 15 children on its way to the Krusty Lou Studios. Oh, he does miss the card though, and knowing what he's going for, yeah, he is going to restart. He's determined, absolutely determined, to grab all the cards this run. It'll be interesting to see if that is his undoing, and if PopTartPony can actually close the gap due to this. PopTartPony on Baby Van herself. Baby Van, unfortunately, not being as cooperative as it was for Capes. And she will have to follow it around. Looks like he's hopefully going to cooperate with regards to being a slightly slower Baby Van. But we'll see. So Capes just restarting the mission here because he's determined to grab the card. Let's see if he gets it. gets it this time. Of course, this is bought. The only card I tend to see in ASM runs, just by pure coincidence. But if a bought card, it does tend to bless the runs. Capes here also grabbing another card we would never see ordinarily in an ASM run. Gotta be careful. Game doesn't give you much time when you're outside the vehicle in certain missions. It looks like you should be okay. PopTartPony just chugging away now, with the potential to catch up to Capes, but unfortunately due to controller issues, etc., it may be difficult now. But don't counter out yet. Plenty of splits left for things to go very, very wrong for Capes, especially if he's determined to pick up all these cards. But we'll see how he's going to route the rest in. Capes again switching to the donut truck. Looks like he has another innovation in mind with regards to picking up another card. PopTartPony is getting close to the timeout here. Should be no problem, and that's fine. Does pick up the Wasp, which is really nice for a coin route again. Capes here utilising that spinning donut to grab number 4 card.
Yo, lift. Now. Please. Barney. No problemo.
And Capes choosing not to buy the Globex here, which is interesting. Given I can't recall his exact coin breakdown. Let's see when he goes through here.
So cool.
So it looks like he didn't have enough to buy the Globex, which explains why he didn't buy it. I believe that due to Capes' determination to pick up all of these cards, it's been difficult for him to also keep up with the coin routes to the degree that he would have wanted to. So, unfortunately, he hasn't been able to buy the vehicle here. Most runners would be looking to buy the Globex for the next 2 or 3 splits. Though you can do it with the sports car. It looks like as if he's going back to, yep, grab the card. Hello, Seasoner. From the loser of the previous game. Oh, bad luck, man. You've come to an interesting one here. Capes is determined to do all 3 missions plus all cards. So there's lots of innovation going on in this stream, but unfortunate to hear that, man. You'll get them next time. You'll get them next time. And hello, Call Sign as well. Is he just showing off grabbing these cards? No, he's not showing off. I believe, as he informed me beforehand, that he planned to pick up the cards all along. He informed me before the race began that he had some spicy strats lined up, and this indeed is spicy. So he is determined to see it out to the end, and he will see it out to the end. So PopTartPony here, starting and just missing the quick turn on the garbage van. Quick turn, of course, is where you can get the van to enter the to skip the elongated section that it adds on by going to the left. If you turn it, well, quick, it will hopefully snap back onto its path and start down the intended route much faster than it would ordinarily, saving a couple of seconds. Capes just finishing off his split there. He'll be moving on to Lab Coat Caper and following Frink. Hopefully looking to control traffic. Though I haven't seen either runners prolifically use traffic despawning techniques in this run. But the possibility is there that Capes may pick up traffic despawning in order to get Frink's hover car to travel a bit faster. Yeah, exactly what Wes has said, to be honest, in chat. You've got to have some respect for PopTartPony. Despite it going wrong, she's pretty set on finishing. Some people will accept it and throw in the towel. but she knows there's still a chance. Exactly, and that's why I'm really enjoying this run, because unfortunately, due to the issues that Pop-Tart's had with her controller and whatnot, it's added a significant amount of time on, but she's still got a chance, and she's still chugging along, and that's what I like to see. Getting the coins there, maintaining that very strong coin lead that Pop-Tart has. She's not looking to lose that, which is going to be very handy in the run going forward. Capes just following here. Not really a heavy commentary mission for Capes. Just a case of following close and not needing to reset. PopTartPony here. Let's see how she lands the car.
I produced the grease myself.
Lands it. Oh, okay, chooses not to. A very wise decision, given how some of her in-game physics has been so far. Yeah, and it's always good to finish these runs as practice, regardless of any errors that crop up. But major props to both of these runners so far. I'm really enjoying this run. Pop-Tart's had the unfortunate controller disconnections, and Capes is determined to innovate and show us all story missions plus all cards. Although it does look like he missed a card there, which we'll probably go back and grab. As to keep in line with his own demands. Capes said just waiting a moment to enter the laboratory, because lots of runners have had it before where if you enter the laboratory too early, Frink's mission activator will never appear because Simpsons hit and run. So we have to wait a little bit for that to trigger. Capes very tactfully choosing to honk his horn along to the tune, reinstating those style points I removed earlier on. PopTartPony nearly finishing off her split. Good time remaining, that's good to see. Hopefully her controller won't be an issue for the remainder of the run. Okay, it's just making an impact there. Shouldn't be a problem. Now what Cape's going to be looking to do here is get the Duff truck trapped against the wall and then repeatedly hit it for the 6 box drops. So he's going to pick one up early. Misses the intended, but there's usually a backup down here. Grabs one. Looks like it may be tricky at this point. Yeah, unfortunately he just missed it. It's very RNG reliant on how the Duff truck lines up with the wall there. But he's got 5 already, so should be able to grab the 6 without going too far into the map. And he does. We'll be able to drive back, saving some time here. Again, the honking to the tunes. What's nice about these two runners is it's obvious that both appreciate the value of humour in their runs, which I definitely appreciate whilst commentating. PopTartPony here on her own armoured truck, just trying to fool the AI of the police van, which she does easily. Now let's see how she deals with the main truck. Whilst Capes goes and attempts to grab that card. Just overshot the truck a bit. It's going to be difficult now. Yeah, unfortunately due to her her misalignment there and overshooting the armored truck, she didn't really have the time to come back and get it trapped. So it looks like neither of the runners are going to get a trapped armored truck this run. But no worries, there's plenty of backups and plenty of ways to get significant damage on the truck without getting it trapped. This is an interesting an interesting revelation from PopTartPony's armored truck. She appears to have got it trapped in one of the roads which armored trucks should not go down, but this may actually work. It would appear as if it's damaging itself. Yeah, okay, well, it appears, chat, that PopTartPony has got, in a sense, armored truck. And Cape's just finishing off a really good, I actually missed that there, really good Skinner. Big props to Cape for that one. But I'm fascinated here by the armored truck with PopTartPony's got.
Krusty, you got
She's sticking around just for safety, I assume. She could have moved off a while ago. But you know, as the great adage goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And she does get a highly respectable armored truck. Though she is driving the wrong way, I hope she's aware of that. She's going to need to do a U-turn or go the other way around the map. Looks like she may be driving the other way around the map, but that's okay. That was an interesting way of doing armored truck, gotta be said. And it was a very sick backup. Not something I've seen very often. The positioning of the traffic car, the traffic van, I think it was an ambulance, allowed for that to happen, and it allowed for armored truck to happen. Very impressed.
I remember these being here before.
I see that this that PopTartPony's new strat has lit up chat. Lots of discussion going on about it. I'm still trying to process it in my head. Good stuff. Cape's here,
Gimme.
dealing with a potentially difficult mission with regards to hit and run and clearing it.
Charlie horse.
No major hiccups on his way back to the Krusty Lou Studios. Now Capes will have to be aware of his coins at this point. There's one more purchase in the game, which is the zombie car in Homer 2. However, that is 500 coins. And he will probably be grabbing... Yep, he's going to grab the coins in the studios. The same coins from Part 1. However, he did get a destruction on at least one of them with the really good Skinner strat he did, but I didn't pay enough attention due to the crazy armored truck strats coming out of PopTartPony. PopTartPony, unfortunately, missing a fast curator, but getting a good chunk of damage there. So let's see if she can finish him off before the end of the tunnel.
Lay some rubber down.
Let's see you do better.
Once again, utilising the value of the walls to chip away at the curator's health. Capes onto the final split of Part 2. And also collecting the last card. Ensuring that he is keeping to himself. And again, honking to the tunes. PopTartPony's curator is getting away here, which is not what we want to see. Hopefully we should be able to get that final bit of damage on shortly.
Reckless driving is my pet peeve.
And Capes here is coming up on this final cutscene skip of the game. He's also decided to race in reverse map order, as you may have noticed. I've been told recently it's not faster, but it is far easier to, well, not lose the race. He's going to pause buffer. Let's see if he can hit all 3 cutscene skips. He does! Capes here has hit all 3 cutscene skips, which is fantastic for his run. He storms onto Homer 2. So only 7 missions left for Capes. PopTartPony's just about to drive back to the museum, having destroyed the curator. Fortunately, curator went a lot further than she would have liked. And PopTartPony will be coming up on her second opportunity to skip a cutscene. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope she gets this one, because Apu's cutscene is the longest and most damaging to miss, with an over 2-minute time increase if you do miss it.
I know. Board.
Yes, chat. Please give us, please give PopTartPony all your support for this second cutscene skip. While she grabs a few more coins, making sure that her coin route is exceptionally strong coming into Part 2. going to be trying to get it now. Does get it. Round of applause. Good job, PopTartPony. Allows her to maintain the gap between herself and Cabes. That's really good to see. I'm glad she got that. Cabes, however, storming ahead in his Homer 2. Though, as I've said many times already this run and in my previous commentaries, do not rule anyone out at this point. It is possible that Capes could fail auto-topsies time and time again, and PopTartPony could actually catch up. Don't count your eggs until they're in the baskets. That's not the expression, but don't count your chickens until they're in the coop. PopTartPony just having some trouble getting the last one due to a slight bounce I saw in the school bus there. Capes also has got to catch up on some coins here, which looking at PopTartPony, she will not be needing to do. Although that is not going to help her. Again, this game's physics, questionable at times. Nearly nobbled her there, but she's recovered well with no major damage. It looks like Capes is going to recover his coins here. Is still going to be left wanting even after the wasp. But he's going to choose not to get any of the wasps and probably grab some boxes down here. The next garden, yes he is. Okay. So Capes having to get to that magic 500 for the final purchase in the game, adding a few seconds on, which may give PopTartPony that extra bit of leeway to catch up. So Capes has hit that 500 now. He now needs no more coins for the rest of the game, and won't worry about losing them, gaining them. Indeed, Mango, do not count your eggs while your beard's in the letterbox. Not sure what that means, but I think it suits. So Capes now has made his final purchase of the game, and we're moving on to the second level of Homer 2. Another follow mission. Whilst PopTartPony, with her much stronger coin route coming into Battle 2, will be able to buy the Globex outright and set her up in a much better position for the upcoming splits than Capes may have been. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. That was the expression I was looking for. Thank you, Loki Lady. Hopefully, Capes just remembering that he's got to follow and not necessarily race. Slowing up, so I do believe he has remembered. Yes, okay. An easy mistake to make this late into the game. And here, what Capes is going to be trying to do is manipulate the alien car, clear the gap, and he does miss the card though, and he's determined to get the cards. So that is going to fail him the split. He's going to take some time here getting the second card of Homer. Now it's interesting, that failed mission may give PopTartPony a bit more breathing room in terms of catching up potentially. Don't count your chickens till they hatch. I've heard many different versions of the expression now. I'm liking all of them. Please, no confrontation in chat, please. Let's keep it nice and clean, and let's give all our hope and all our love to PopTartPony, and hope that she can bring this back. Though her car is very damaged. Fixes it. Capes honking again. Always honking, always appreciated. Hopefully this time he will not fail that split. But every failed split does give PopTartPony that little bit of a breathing room to catch up, though her mission has failed as well, unfortunately. She was very late into that mission. That's not going to be... it's not great for the run. It is going to add several minutes on. Hopefully she will be able to get it this time. Cape's looking much stronger this time around. We'll be concluding his split shortly. PopTartPony again taking a significant amount of damage, easy to do in these later levels. Once again racing the crusty limo.
It's crashing time.
Taking a bit more damage, gotta be careful on Pop-Tart's side. And Cape's on the first of the 4 waste destruction missions. Now these, if anywhere, are going to be the big areas where potentially Cape's can lose a lot of his lead. You can get deep into the mission and then destroy the waste, and you've got to go all over again. Very easy to do. So let's see how he performs. PopTartPony looking in a strong position, though the limo is close. Got to be careful. These races in the late game do get, as I said before, progressively more difficult. She makes the jump, she should be fine. Let's see. And there we go. No need to redo the mission again. So that's good news on Pop-Tart's side. Capes is taking it very cautious. Just got to watch out for the retreat. Will, of course, pick the card up as per the rest of the run. And I believe that was Capes again using the horn for the hover car. An interesting one. PopTartPony also in a hover car related mission, this time following said hover car. And we'll be picking up even more coins in this vending machine, whilst the hover car follows a very certain and distinct path. And Cape's getting that first destruction with no major hiccups, which is really good.
Sweet. Let's do this thing.
And I do agree, Hedgehog, the zombie car is not a great car, in my opinion. Not one of my favourites, but it is required for the run, unfortunately. Cape's here looking to draw out the run soon with 4 splits left. So of course, stopping to get cards. We've got 4 of them now. Only 3 cards left before he has finished his extra mission from this tournament race, which has been to, as well as completing all the all-story missions, collecting all 7 of the collectibles in each level, collectible cards in each level. Which, all respect to him, he has stuck to for nearly the past 2 hours now. And he is only 3 cards away from having completed that goal. PopTartPony still following the hover car. Just waiting for it to loop back round. Oh, I must have missed on PopTartPony's side. I do believe she failed the mission. Unfortunately. Again, we'll reiterate, very easy to do in the late game. Especially on the follow mission. Rubber banding seems to just no longer take any significant effect. So keeping up is sometimes a real challenge. Especially when RNG, traffic-wise, is just not going your way. Cape's again, as you can see, running past all the boxes. He does not need any more coins for the duration of a run. So he is done with those. Taking Girder Climb very cautiously. Does fall here, but fortunately when you're this deep in, the spaceship lodged into the wall will catch you. And is going to grab card number 5. And just take the small time sacrifice. Running and avoiding the drops. Doesn't avoid that drop, he's going to add a few seconds on. See how he does this time. Unfortunately falls again. But Wasp is not playing ball with him, though he gets there in the end. And Capes is now onto the final 3 infamous missions of this game. Now, if you played this as a child, what I tend to hear a lot in my chat and other people's streams is, I love this game, but I never got past the final 3 missions. may seem easy from runners of this caliber, but trust me, they are tough. But we will see how Capes performs with these final 3 waste destruction missions. Of course, a couple more collectible cards to get. PopTartPony onto her next split as well. So 1 final card Capes to collect. And we've got to say major props to him as well, because he hasn't just done this on the fly. He's obviously put significant thought into routing it in and ensuring that it was possible within his All-Story Missions tournament run. PopTart is moving on to her own Duff Truck collection mission. We'll see if she gets the strap that Capes missed. It'll be interesting to see. In the Globex, it is much easier generally to get that strat due to the increased and improved stats of the car. However, if traffic is going to prevent her from getting her, it could be troublesome. We will see. She's got 7 seconds left. Hopefully she will make it to the Duff Brewery. Can be close. Does make it with 2 seconds to spare. Let's see how she deals with this Duff truck. Whilst Capes is very far behind, though he should be okay. He's just going to make it. Does make it. Was very close on that timer, though. And unfortunately, she does miss it in the Duff truck. Avoids a drop there. This is going to be a case of catching up on the Duff truck. Not what she was intended, though she can get a trap there. That does work. But he does just edge out. And there is the final card from Capes' all-story missions, plus all cards run. The man has innovated, and he only has 2 missions left. Now let's see how PopTart is doing. 2 left to collect, 1 minute to do it. Gotta be careful. The further away the car gets from the Duff truck, the Duff Brewery, does mean the further to drive back. The Duff truck has got quite a distance, but she's been granted 1 minute 30 to get back. Shouldn't be a problem. Snake is indeed dead. You are right, chat. I just completely looked over that. The Wasp has, this is something that you can have happen in the game occasionally. If a Wasp shoots the character in the car, the character will just get out of the car and disappear. So as you can see on Capes' side, the car is, well, sort of driving itself. Rather apt, I believe, for a spooky mission like Coma 2. So he's going to pick up the waste for his Auto Topsy 2. His hit and run meter is very high. PopTart's as well. She has just edged over into hit and run. Let's see if that affects her coin route in any way. Coming up to Krusty Lou Studios. Brewery, sorry. Okay, it's just getting back through the trailer park. Very easy to get hit and run in these later missions. As you can see with the closeness of that meter to the hit and run. Does get busted, PopTartPony. We haven't seen many busts this run. Capes tactically resetting there, so he wouldn't have to deal with a potential waste bust. And yeah, so PopTart did get busted. Like I say, haven't seen too many busts this run. I think it's potentially the first, maybe the second. But each bust will reduce your coin count by 50. And whilst that isn't significant anymore to Capes, it is still significant to PopTartPony, who has 1 purchase left to make in the zombie car when she gets home with 2. She is now on the Skinner Destruction level. Capes does get hit and run here, but it's even a bust would be irrelevant. So no sweat off his back. Onto the final split for Capes. Capes has gone back to
My stupid brother.
gone back to
Complete.
Is he? I think he's doing the. Capes is just on his own here. He's just going for the Lisa.
Time for more gameplay.
He is in a race of his own. Let's watch the innovation coming out of Capes. I suppose in the strictest sense, given it is a race, it does give PopTartPony the time to catch up. Potentially. Ah, the infamous cutscene. He's gone for it. Holy hell. He saves for safety, just in case of a crash. I'm a little bit speechless. I guarantee you did not expect to see that in your all story missions run this evening, ladies and gents. I know I didn't. Yeah, that was the hidden cutscene that you are granted for collecting all the cards, which I suppose it only makes sense due to the effort Capes has gone through to collect said cards. Capes is finally going on to his final mission of the game now. I'll be honest, even with that additional time that Capes has set aside to play the cutscene, it looks like, barring any huge difficulties with his final split, Capes will be finishing his run soon.
We had to say tickety, because the Kaiser had stolen our word 20. Coming through, he used the cheat code. Whee!
PopTartPony here, following pretty standard strats, leaving that final one there on the grass verge. Does have hit and run. Does get busted as well, which may impact how she gets the final card, but she's still got 479 coins, so it shouldn't be a problem. Cape's also busted and does drop the waist. So let's see if he has any more trouble with this final split. PopTartPony, like I say, her coin route has been so strong, but even with that 50 bust, it shouldn't impact her ability to purchase that final. Capes. Oh, PopTartPony just struggling here. Yeah, unfortunately, her inability to get on the boat does mean she's going to have to restart this mission and go from the top, which is unfortunate.
I'll tear you a new corn shoot. I'm a lean, mean speed thingy. You're not gonna get more? Ooh, the vibrations tickling my feet.
Capes very close to finishing out his run. You will see.
That adrenaline make me feel alive again.
Barring any impact.
Heyo. Is this too
Hello,
early
man.
to join?
No, this is fine. This is fine. I'm
Okay.
still watching the.
All right. That was hold on, I do have to adjust my audio. This is gonna be quieter on stream if they're playing my audio, so oops. Okay, well, as you can probably tell, that was a pretty sloppy run, but good God, I was nervous during that whole thing. Too bad.
I've been in from the start nearly utter disbelief for most of it, but it's been great seeing that that run. I definitely wasn't expecting it, and you committed till the end. I thought maybe you were just going to pick up a few, but yeah, you went for all the cards.
I was like, I gotta do it. Gotta do 500-yard gash no matter how bad this run is. But yeah, I was like super nervous during like the first 2 levels, so I ended. And when you're really nervous during Bart, you end up missing a million coins. So yeah, I was like super undercoined. Also, I had the wrong splits. My PB with that route is just a little bit over 2 hours, but I had the wrong route splits up. So I'll probably pop up Twitch to see how Pop-Tart's doing.
Yeah, she's still waiting to leave Bart 2. She's had some really unlucky moments. I think her controller desynced about halfway through, which has added a bunch of time on, and she missed a cutscene skip. So she has a few unlucky things happen so far. Hopefully she's going to finish this mission out now. She is.
All right, wait, no, the audio won't come through. Wait, yes, it will. I have to mute the stream or else it'll go through on my stream. Wait, I don't have any audio.
I can't jump to Pop-Tart's audio because I've heard she's playing music. So
oh,
I haven't actually got the choice of joining.
Well, I don't have anything more exciting. Oh, she's already on Kang and Kodo, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, she's getting there. Her coin route has been really, really strong. She's committed to getting a lot of extra coins, which has really helped because she just got busted twice. So I don't know if she was sort of preparing for those busts, but it's definitely helped her. So hopefully she'll be able to hit the final cutscene skip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One thing one of the main reasons why I was so nervous was because if anyone saw in the chat, I was frustrated about the frame rate because oh my god, did the frame rate drop. It wasn't lagging super hard like yesterday night, but it was playing as if I was on like 110 or something. So there was, so like right when I got to the trailer park jump in FBI and I couldn't do the jump, I was like, oh my god, how many cards are impossible to get right now with this route. Thankfully, none of them. That was the only one where the jump was impossible, but it was possible for every other card.
Pop-Tart there, she hit the frame for the final cutscene skip, and she did what I do nearly on the daily. Yeah. Very easy to do, unfortunately.
That sucks. Oh, I was happy I got all the cutscene skips too. Did she get the other two or what?
She missed the first one, but did hit a poo, which is obviously the best to hit. And considering your mission, which you succeeded at, sir, at collecting all the cards, a 207.27 really isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
So big props to that.
I think like a good player could whittle that down to like 150 or lower, around 150. But I don't know. I would have to be really good and like do every strat to do that. I don't know if it's worth doing that route more.
Potentially. I definitely enjoyed doing it. I know people in chat have enjoyed doing it. Chat, for who's still here, if you want to rate Cape's run out of 10, and would you like to see more all-story missions plus all cards?
I remember when I started, I was like, when I was thinking of the race, I was like, I want to do something stupid during this. And then I was like, I'll get all the cards. That should be easy. And then I found out, oh, this is actually not easy to get under 2 hours. So I had to make a route for it, which thankfully included the donut truck because it originally didn't. And that would have been boring.
That was inspired, honestly. I was impressed as to, because when you originally mentioned it, I thought it was just something you were going to throw in whilst you were doing it like on the fly. But then it became apparent that you've definitely routed this, and because you knew like where you needed the donut truck and where the pickups were. So you've obviously thought about it.
I was so glad when I found out you can get Apu's train card with the donut truck. Otherwise, I would have like fallen off that platform like 17 times. Not really, but I did have a run where I fell off it 5 times in a row, and that was like, oh god. So I was like, there's got to be another way. Donut truck, where are you? And it only works if you park it on that one side. All right, so she is on. Oh,
She's
this is the end of
just,
rear
yeah,
motors. Good on
yeah.
coins, at least. But way better than I did.
She's fine for, yeah, like I say, for her run, she's made sure to definitely overcompensate on the coins. I'm not sure if she was expecting any busts, but it's definitely worked because it means she's.
Oh yeah, for chat, by the way, that was not a world record because my PB with all cards is like 2 hours and 15 seconds or something. It's on. I streamed the whole thing. Oh wait, no, I take it all back. That run doesn't count because I had to pause a bunch during it, and also the game crashed. So, oops.
I love how they're determined. This is the first world record in the tournament.
So this is actually the real world record for this category,
there you go.
believe it or not.
Guys, world record.
A good player could probably look at my route and then do it not terribly, and then they get world record instantly. I'm interested to see like a good player get a better route than that, because I feel like some things are like, eh.
This feels like your baby though. I'd like to see where you go with this in the future. It's gonna be fun.
It was. This was an interesting run because it was like, it wasn't like my first race where I messed up a ton of stuff, but it's like I messed up some things that I shouldn't have really badly. And meanwhile, I got like the baby Van God strat, and I was like, oh, okay, and donut fire. So I was like, this strange run.
A strange run, but definitely an enjoyable one. Just like I say, a shame that PopTart had the controller issues and it wasn't a bit closer. But she's still done a really good run, and I've heard that she's put in some very good splits. I think someone mentioned earlier, I think Cypher mentioned that one of the splits was the first time she'd ever got a certain strat. I can't remember which mission it was now. So she's definitely, hopefully, had some rainbow or gold splits during this, which is good to hear. She's also now on to the first waste destruction mission of the game.
Yeah, these are gonna be something.
Yeah. And let's see.
No, my credits completed. I'm tempted to do the bonus games, but I want to see what PopTart does.
Yeah, let's see how she finishes. Just trying to see if she's got a time on the boards already to compare to. I can't see one.
She doesn't have a time on the leaderboards yet.
Okay.
But I believe her PB is around 210 or 220, I think.
Okay. So the run she's doing currently isn't too far off that. She probably, if that's correct, she probably would have actually PB'd had the controller issues not happened. That's good to hear. Well, not good to hear because the controller issues happened, but
well, good to hear that that's a decent run otherwise. Yeah. I like in the chat, I'll ask Vapo.
Oh, someone dropped the waste just at the
instant beat my card run.
Oh man, that is rough.
Oh no!
Oh boy, things are just not looking up. She will get her if she's fighting on. That is very unfortunate.
I almost pulled an orch, as they said on Autopsy 3 too. I just missed the wall by like a couple pixels on that last jump. I remember.
I know in the run I had, the first run against LP, I did it very similar to PopTart there. Just overshot the beam straight into the wall at high speed.
Oh god. If I even think that I missed the beam, I just instant reset the car because it's like, no.
Yeah, I mean,
blow it up here.
Ordinarily I would, but I don't know. I think my brain killed itself.
Oh, I know that feeling. That happened a few times in the run. In my run. No, I definitely know the brain killing yourself feeling.
Megumi said, I believe I remember seeing a 2:14 time on her splits when she ran yesterday, so that would be a PB. Okay, so yeah, so for sure, if those issues hadn't happened, this would be on for. Oh, she has dropped the weight again. That's unfortunate.
My opponent's getting bad luck with the tech issues. I'll tell you what, Gatey had like the game crashing because of the mod mess. Oh no!
Yeah, she's just clipped it again.
I have pity on my next opponent, who will hopefully not have something horrible happen to their game. They get the invalid location glitch on wolves. That would be unbelievable if that happened in a tourney.
Yeah. I don't think we haven't had anything like that.
I was like, what glitches did I pull off? The only funny one I got was getting Bandit shot with the wasp. And so he wasn't in the car.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me until chat just started repeating, you know, Snake's dead, Snake's gone, where's Snake gone? But it occurred to me.
If you go for the car during that mission, the wasp can shoot Bandit right out of the car, and that's what happened. I was like, yes. Did I say Yeah, I probably called him Bandit again. I keep calling Snake Bandit.
That's a good name.
But it's his car's name. I'll eventually just call his car the Snake.
The Snake. Okay, let's hope she gets through now. Good.
All right, she'll probably be pretty dang careful the third time around.
Yeah, she's been very careful. She's made the beam now. The stream I'm watching, I think, is ahead of yours because it's the real-time one. But she's done it without any major hiccups, which is good.
Yeah, to be fair, the hover car is like the worst handling out of all of the autopsy cars you have to use. Even if you see most runners like blast through that stuff, you got to know that car's handling is oh, she's going for it. Oh,
PopTart just stopping for a moment there to appreciate one of the I don't know if the gags, one of the backdrops.
She's just watching Willie run around on fire. I'm delayed, by the way, Chad. I'm watching the stream, so I'm gonna be like 10 seconds after.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's one of the rarer one to see.
I haven't had a lot, but it's the best one, so good.
Yeah. She's PopTart has 4 splits left now. She's gonna drive up, climb the girders, and then she will have her 3 auto top 2 missions left now. All waste missions, unfortunately, but hopefully she won't have to deal with too many waste drops.
Apple said.
Well, hopefully none, but oh dear.
All right, it's time for. Oh wait, no, this isn't a waste yet. You gotta do the fun platforming. Oh, that's one thing. One thing about card percent, and probably anything that involves getting all the cards and wasps or whatever, is just so much extra platforming in the game. It becomes like 1/4 platforming. So many things to just fall off of.
Do you think that's useful in improving your platforming altogether?
If I get good at it, yeah. There's like, there's only a couple difficult platforming sections in ASM. This is one of them.
Yeah, I used to.
This next set of jumps is so annoying.
Some of my older viewers this was a significant sticking point for me for a long time. Actually, used to waste upwards of a minute, 2 minutes maybe. Just taking it slow here, just to not fall down. Jumps off for wasp for extra skill points, as to not fall.
All right, I'll see that in a little bit.
Yeah, you'll see it shortly, I think.
I legit forgot the pattern. Ooh, very nice. I legit forgot the pattern of the doors when I got there. I was like, wait, what?
It's very easy to do. Yeah, she did jump off the wasp, yeah. Chat.
I gotta step up my game, man. I didn't do any wasp jumps. No, I did one on the barn card, but that's it. Because I landed on him on accident.
Yes, you did. Yes, you landed on like a platform.
That happens a lot, actually. Happens like almost every time I get that card like that.
I tend to see it in my own streams where when you go for the first freebie in Homer 1, and you just
the one where you just slide right off of it.
Yeah, that's.
I hate that. the speed you have to hit that wasp is so specific. It doesn't look like it. If you're just like
Yeah.
watching speedruns, it's like, oh, you just hit the bee, but it's like, oh, that was very lucky she didn't drop there.
It
She just
is
smacked into
very
the trailer
tight.
park, went smoking from that hit, but waste is still safe. That is something else.
Pop-Tart's looking.
Get the wrench.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
got creeping up on the hit and run meter, so I'm hoping she's got an eye on that. Looks like she has.
Hit and run shouldn't be too big of a problem unless you get unlucky with the cop spawns. But man, sometimes they're jerks.
Yeah. She's taking obviously worried about getting a waste explosion again. She's taking this very cautiously, which is understandable and definitely logical if you don't want to get those waste drops again. Looks like she's going to be okay here. Yeah, not taking any risks with jumps involving the waste.
Yeah, after pocket protector, you don't want to fool around with that jump. I swear, there's like 5 separate things you can hit on that jump alone.
Oh yeah.
All right, bandit time. Time for the best car.
Yes, here we go. And although we can't access her audio, music from Homer 1 would be playing right now. This is a little fun fact.
Really? During this mission?
Yeah, it's
I don't know how I haven't noticed that. Oh, music. I thought we were talking about Sunday Drive. Okay. I was like,
no.
Sunday Drive plays during this? I was like, oh wait, no. You said Homer 1. The whole level, not the one.
So she's gonna try and escape from the alien car here. Does that very easily. Just bouncing off some of the trailers in the trailer park. Really easy to do though, especially when you're at this late in the game. The cars do travel at some speed, so very easy to do.
Hey Chad, what's the actual best car in this game? You can answer too. What is the best car in this game?
I'm not even sure how I'd answer that. I suppose the obvious answer is the open wheel race car.
Yeah, not stat wise though. We're just talking about personal. What? Oh, she hit that dumb collision.
Yeah. What answers have we got? We've got donut truck.
Rocket car. Ooh, we got a masochist in here.
Yeah, rocket car. Which was another open wheel race car boat. I suppose. I'm just a big fan of Plow King, really. Yeah, that's true.
I used to like Malibu Stacy car a lot for like a mid-tier car, but then like after I realized how light it is and like you can spin it out easy, I stopped liking it as much. But it's okay. The Freeney is like the upgraded version of it, so that'll do.
PopTart being very smooth there.
Yeah, almost no hit and run all the way up to the house.
Yeah.
It's not easy to pull off, even if you're careful.
Like I say, especially this late in the game, it's so easy to get hit and run. When we do, we're just relentless.
Yeah, the hit and run meter like barely, it doesn't deplete, so it just stacks up really, really fast.
Yeah.
Which is why everyone gets hit and run so easily on this level.
PopTart as well goes for a
doing the big jump. Almost got the cookbook.
Almost, yeah. I've seen another vote for Rocket Car as well. Jono loves family sedan. Always in family sedan. Ah, yes, I always am in. Always in the Homer one.
Family sedan shouldn't have like as weird physics as it does, but it does on high frame rates. Like sometimes it just canyon arrows and flips on its side. It's like it's so flat though. What is it doing?
I've got to say, despite the crazy physics that come out of it, Canyon Arrow, I think, has a soft spot in my heart. Even though it's just killed runs due to its physics going a bit mental, which is not amazing when you're on a PB run. But
wanted to try and tame the beast, as they say.
obviously onto the final split of the game for Pop-Tart now. In what is the name of this vehicle, the grandpa vehicle?
In the game, it's just called World War II vehicle with rocket.
There we go.
Can't
World
call it a
War II
Jeep.
vehicle.
Because the Kaiser stole our word Jeep. And I call it
yes.
a vehicle now.
So we are in World War II with rockets, of course, for the final.
It's too
mission
bad
of the
this
game.
wasn't like a purchasable car in the game because it's a really fun car to drive around.
Yeah, it's great. Sometimes the nightmare. Oh, she's dropped the waist straight away. That shouldn't be a huge problem. It should respawn momentarily. There we go, ready to go. It's worth saying as well for anyone watching that it is possible to knock the waist out of bounds with traffic cars.
If you accidentally bounce a traffic car in there, the traffic car can then bounce the waist out of the level, and then you gotta restart the level because there's no way to fix that.
Yeah.
Cop cars can also push it.
And it's extremely annoying, and I've seen at least one person do it whilst they're on a PB place. I've never had it myself, but it can happen. Okay, Pop-Tart just about to. The timer always looks very scary here on the last mission, but and I've
yeah, the game likes to trick you, and it's like you have 30 seconds to get to the playground. You better go fast, and it's like no, you got plenty of time.
I admitted last time I commentated that when I was learning to do this game, I'd get to the end of the game and then I would actually reset the mission because I'd see the timer and I'd be like, "There's no way I can do it. I must have done something wrong." Reset because it 3 or 4 times before it actually clicked in my mind, and I was like, "Well, what happens if I just keep driving?" Yeah, so
how things get discovered.
Yeah, just keep driving. You'll be fine.
What happens if I just keep doing this? Oh, this happens.
Oh, she's done exactly what I did. Oh, she's dropped the waist of the final mission.
I'm ready to see this.
Oh
no, right past the beam. Into the wall.
She's done exactly what I did. She's driving back. She's not going to have the time. She is going to have to restart the mission. Oh, dear me.
She doesn't look too happy that happened.
No, she
understandably, because it's like that's just the worst part to like choke, because it's like there it is, the end of the run, and it's like nope, gotta do this hard mission again.
So she's gonna has to unfortunately go back, grab the waist, come back once again. I'm under the impression that this time around, I think she will take that last jump extremely cautiously.
Yeah, I rarely ever do the actual like jump into the beam, but just because I'm like, I always screw it up.
Yeah, if I'm on a PB run, and I've got time to allow for it, gotta just not kill the run. That's always the focus, and then hopefully
and
prevail.
Yeah, as chat's saying, she is just powering through it.
Yeah, let's pay respect to Pop-Tart's perseverance. It's been very unfortunate for her. She's had a few mission fails. She had a controller issue, but she's powering through. And I gather she's relatively new at running the game. And if that's the case, then 2 hours 30 around that mark is still extremely commendable.
Yeah, just for reference for people watching the stream, my first run was well over 3 hours, and that was for ASM. So yeah.
Oh, she did lose the race, unfortunately, but she'll give it another crack. She should get it this time. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Yeah, it just sort of came out of nowhere, and I think my first time was 2 hours 53 for reference. So if this is one of her first runs, then you can see it's much better than both me and Capes have done in the past. So she's definitely doing well. Do not knock her performance. She's done very well.
Yeah, I can believe that, Appleson.
And let's see. Thank you, Glucon, for saying you enjoyed the commentary of this race. I did my best. I know it was just me today. Couldn't get anyone else available to join. So and it's been an interesting one to commentate, especially at the start of you, Capes, because I didn't really know what you were going for. So
Yeah, but I did say like you'll pick up on it because
Yeah.
it gets obvious once I get the one in like Blind Big Brother. Or once I fall off and miss the one in Blind Big Brother and then get it again.
Yeah. Let's see chat as well. And thank you to Kima as well. He says hats off to the runners, so for you Capes as well, and PopTartPony and Tweedy for the commentary, thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like, unless my opponent has like a god-awful run, I'm pretty much gonna lose the next race, but I should probably practice this game more, but ooh. I don't know, man. I'm getting burned out from like rooting the card route and everything.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to get sick of the game, so.
Oh no. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I've got Orc in my next tournament game on Saturday, which I think I mentioned beforehand. So I'm not going in with any assumptions there. Chances are I will lose that one due to his position on the leaderboards, but I'm looking forward to it anyway. And then there's some more commentary. I believe I'm down to commentate the Liquid game on Saturday as well. And there's loads more. I'll check now. There's loads more spots which have opened up. If anyone's listening and they're runners and to
the Willy, the car was just like bucking like a bull.
I did, yes.
Welcome to the World War II rodeo, fellas.
Car physics has been extremely interesting so far.
Yeah, this car's physics, it is very finicky. Fast car plus big, well, not big, but like boxy body equals like hell.
Right.
Imagine if there was like a super canyon arrow. This is basically what they're driving, except it doesn't flip over as much, thankfully. It doesn't like toss on its side, but it does go backwards and forwards a lot.
Right. She did a very tactful reset there, being very careful. She should be fine now. Let's see.
Yeah, she's got time. It always seems like you're low on time, but you always got enough.
Yeah. Here we go. From my end, that's it.
All
She's
right.
done 2 hours, 36 and 30 seconds.
GG.
So
Are we gonna
really
wait
good.
for her to? Is she gonna be coming in here, or do we not know?
The message normally goes out, but PopTart, if you can hear, you are free to join if you want to. But very well done.
Imagine how bad my lag would be if I had the stream on while I was running. Couldn't do that. I wonder if they'll having the chat open though. I wasn't looking at chat, but I just wanted it there in case I wanted to comment something. But that may have actually like hurt the frame rate. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is a possibility. I've just dropped a message just to see.
In case you can't tell, I use a toaster laptop to play this game. So yeah, I'm not the only one. I know there's other runners who have toasters. Hearts out to all the toaster runners.
PopTart said she's
computer's garbage.
She's gonna pass. That's okay. Well done, PopTart.
Right.
Anyway, that was seriously good, and you had the misfortune with the controller and whatnot. So if you are listening, then from me and from Cape, seriously good job. And if these are some of your first times, they are far better than the first times we put in. So you will go very, very far, I'm sure.
All right. Well, it was an interesting run, but I don't regret it. So hopefully I don't do horribly on my next race, and hopefully you don't do horribly either. Because we got some competition.
Yeah. Do you know who you're against next? I'm just
not yet, but it's either. But like I said, it's either. Wait, yeah, it's either gonna be, I believe, you, Orch, or Mango. And Mango has been getting quite good at this game lately. So he just came back and he's flying up. So, all right. Well, yeah, that's the end of this one, folks. So, good times.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for the kind words about my commentating, Capes' run, congratulations for winning, and for PopTart for persevering and putting in an awesome time. I think that's going to be it for today. Let me just see if I need to click anything to actually sign this off.
And I'm going to be going now, so see y'all.
yeah, see you in a bit, everyone. And tune in for some future ones. Laters.